Where will Benjamin Šeško play his Premier League football next season? Manchester United or Newcastle? By the way, I'm not a Manchester United fan, so don't think about it. Where exactly will he play his Premier League football? Because this is getting heated at the moment. It's even getting more interesting at this point. So stick around to the end of this video as we break it down and tell you the latest on what's happening with Benjamin Šeško, because this is getting messy at this point, because somebody has to make a decision and it has to be now. So if you are new to this channel, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell. You're welcome to this channel where we'll break down football stories. We'll break it in a very simple form where you understand and we see reasons, to agree or disagree, but in a very unbiased manner. So if you're new to this channel, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, join the family, hit the notification bell. Now let's get into this as quick as possible. So now, Benjamin Šeško, yesterday Newcastle sent a bid for Benjamin Šeško. We've been talking about him all summer. He has been a topic of discussion, with different clubs, Arsenal, Newcastle and Manchester United, until Arsenal pulled out of the deal and went to sign Victor Gyökeres. Now, what's the latest concerning Benjamin Šeško, from Leipzig to either Newcastle or Manchester United? So let's go. Yesterday, there was a tweet that came in, and it reads, that's from David Oyston, it reads, Newcastle United made improved bid to RB Leipzig for Benjamin Šeško. New offer worth at least 80 million. After positive talks between clubs with the 22-year-old striker, nothing agreed. But RB Leipzig currently favor Newcastle. No Manchester United proposal yet. That was at yesterday. So Newcastle made a bid already. Now, let's not forget, Benjamin Šeško has already spoken to Manchester United and also to Newcastle. So he's keeping his options open. Now, after making that bid yesterday from Newcastle, to RB Leipzig, Newcastle are expecting a decision, from Benjamin Šeško, because obviously the bid actually matched what Newcastle wanted, what RB Leipzig wanted. All right. RB Leipzig wanted an 80 million guarantee fee, which Newcastle has actually, presented to Leipzig. Now, Leipzig has accepted that offer, but you cannot accept an offer without the players, decision being made. So, Sesko has not made a decision yet. He's still waiting for Manchester United. That was as at yesterday. So, this morning, Manchester United responded with the counter bid. No, this is what Leipzig has always wanted. They've always wanted competition to drive up the price. They've always wanted competition to get to that valuation they've always wanted. Initially, it was 100 million. They quoted for Arsenal, thinking clubs are going to fight for this guy, thinking clubs are going to come into this whole bid, based on competition and everything. And at the end of the day, they will drive up the price to 100 or 100 plus. Now it is between Newcastle and Manchester United. Now, according to Sky Sports, that's today, he said, understand Benjamin Šeško and his camp have reached full verbal agreement with both Manchester United and Newcastle. So like I said, the options for both clubs are open. Now, let's go. Manchester United and Newcastle over a long-term contract. Final details were settled yesterday. It now mainly depends on which club also reaches an agreement with RB Leipzig. Man United are offering 85 million, Newcastle 90 million. Decisive hours ahead. So, like I said, the player is in the position right now to make a decision, because you are giving two clubs hope at this point. Yes, both clubs are interested in signing you, but you have to make that decision, and it has to be quick. Yesterday, there was a tweet that came up that Newcastle has given Benjamin Šeško 48 hours to make, a decisive choice, because they also have a plan B. The plan B Newcastle have is Samu Agaowa, which is Samu Omorojo, like you all know him from FC Porto, Goncalo Ramos from PSG, and also Nicholas Jackson from Chelsea. So they are also having a plan B and a plan C and a plan D in case this plan A doesn't work. Now we move on to the next tweet from David Oyston. Which read, Manchester United make an offer. So few minutes ago, Manchester United made an offer. It reads, Manchester United make an offer to RB Leipzig for Benjamin Šeško. Proposal 75 million plus 10 million. Reflect Manchester United valuation for the 22-year-old. They believe striker favors Old Trafford. No reply yet from RB Leipzig. Newcastle are also working to close the deal. One more tweet, then we break it down. From Fabrizio now, it says, Manchester United sent an official bid to show serious concrete intention to RB Leipzig following Newcastle 90 million bid. Sources at Manchester United believe Sesko is keen on the move and decided to proceed with official bid. Newcastle United waiting for formal decision. To me, there's a whole lot going behind scene concerning this deal. The center of it all is the agent. The agent is the center of it all at this point, because at this point the agent will be whispering to Sesko that Newcastle have Champions League football. Would you want to go there and play Champions League? That's one. Also, that same agent will be telling him that this is Manchester United, one of the biggest clubs in English football. Yes, they've not been at their best in the last couple of seasons, but they still remain the biggest, or one of the biggest in English football. They might not be in Champions League, they might not be in Europa League, might not be in Conference League, but on the long run, maybe in the next 1 or 2 seasons, you might, play in Europe if you sign for Manchester United. So which are you willing to go for right now? Manchester United or Newcastle? Are you willing to play Champions League football now? Newcastle, you can tell them to give you 300k and they are willing to pay, because at this point, they are desperate for a striker, because at the end of the day, they are going to sell Alexander Isak, to Liverpool. Maybe 250k Newcastle will be willing to pay, or close to even 300 if the agent actually broke out this deal very well. But what I'm trying to explain at this point is Manchester United is sending a total amount of 85 million, 75 million guaranteed, and 10 million in add-ons. Why 5 million is easy add-ons? Why Newcastle made an higher bid? Now, the thing is, Manchester United are trying to take an advantage of this situation. The situation in the sense that Benjamin Šeško prefers Manchester United over Newcastle, because if not, he would have signed for Newcastle ever since the bid came in yesterday. So let's agree to the facts now that he prefers Manchester United. And Manchester United are not matching the bid of Newcastle, thereby taking advantage of the fact that Sesko prefers them, and that's why they would offer less. Now, it now depends on RB Leipzig, to accept the deal or not, because at this point, it is obvious that RB Leipzig have already accepted the Newcastle bid, because the price is higher than the Manchester United bid. So Manchester United is actually offering less due to the fact that the player prefers them at this point to Newcastle. So they just want to take advantage of the whole situation, and hopefully they pray that it favors them at this point. So let's see what happens, between Sesko, Newcastle, and Manchester United. At the end of the day, he's going to play in the Premier League next season. Now, it all depends which club will Benjamin Šeško be playing for next season. Manchester United or Newcastle? So you tell me in the comment section where you think he will be playing, and why do you think he will be playing there at this point. So let's move, to the next story concerning transfers as well. Now, let's shift a bit from Manchester United. Let's go to Chelsea at this point. Now, according to the Johnson Sports, it says Chelsea believe they have improved the squad. Sancho and Madueke have already been replaced by Gittins and Estaval. The attack has been strengthening with Delap and Pedro. Plus, midfield cover has been provided with additions of Esugo and Santos. All right. All right. To me, I think this is absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Chelsea has actually improved the squad, and we saw that in the Club World Cup. When João Pedro came into that Club World Cup, 3 goals in 3 games, you saw it that his addition to the team has actually improved the team. Let's be honest. I know. That's for a fact. Now, Sancho and Gittins. Currently, Gittins is way ahead of Sancho. Currently. Yes, Sancho must have had one of his best years in the last couple of seasons. But currently, Gittins is way ahead of Sancho. You might agree differently, but let me know in the comment section. For Estaval and Madueke, Estaval is a brilliant talent. But the fact is, he has not played yet in the Premier League. Is he more talented than Madueke? Yes. Has he proven himself in the Premier League yet? No. So we can't say for now if he is an upgrade to Noni Madueke until he plays. Talent-wise, yes, he's an upgrade. Talent-wise, yes. But in the Premier League already, because it might take time for him to adapt, he might adapt immediately. So until we see him play in the Premier League or for the first time with Chelsea, that's when we know if he's already an upgrade or he needs time to be an upgrade. But talent-wise, he's more talented than Noni Madueke. That's for a fact. Now let's move with Delap and Pedro. Definitely, Pedro is an upgrade. Delap is an upgrade. Now, if we want to compare those players to Jackson, already João Pedro has proven himself in the Club World Cup. In the 3 games he has played. We cannot judge him with the 3 games yet. Injuries will come, lots of fun will come, fatigue will come, a lot of competitions will come, a whole lot will happen in the course of the season. Now, how will he be able to weather the storm? How will he be able to thrive throughout those difficult periods? Like Jackson. Jackson failed. I wouldn't say 100%, but he failed during those difficult times. He wasn't able to get back to his form. Now, difficult moments will come. Pressure will come for these new players coming into the squad. Will they be able, because they are all young, will they be able to weather the storm? Will they be able to take in those pressures? Will they be able to thrive under pressure? So that is also something we need to think of, with these players coming into Chelsea at this point. All right? It's not about being talented, but Chelsea is a different kettle of fish. Chelsea is not the club that they are coming from. The pressure here is higher than the pressure of where they are coming from. So it's a different thing entirely. So let's see what happens during the course of the season. But to me, I think it's an upgrade, but an exception must be made until they play. All right? Now, also, let's not forget, talent-wise, they are upgrades. Talent-wise, they are upgrades. Let's not take anything away from them. Also, Esugo and Santos as covers in the midfield. Yes, I agree to this. Esugo as a cover to Caicedo if Lavia is out. All right, because Esugo will get limited playing time if Lavia stays fit. But if Lavia is out, Esugo is a very good cover for Caicedo, in which they play similarly. Now for Santos, also a very good cover, a very good cover for Enzo Fernandez. All right. So as what was his name? As Kenny Dewsbury has departed, Santos will get more playing time when Enzo is being rested. So let's see if there will be an upgrade also in the squad. But talent-wise, these guys are all talented. So let's move on. Let's not waste time on that. Now to the next story. Before the next story, are you making money from football already? If your answer is no, then I bring you good news. I bring to you legit informations and informations you can take to the bank. That's why I bet with LineBet, a very reputable company with the best odds in the market and the fastest cash outs on the market. Djibril Cissé, a former Liverpool striker who won the Champions League with Liverpool and did very well in the Premier League, is a brand ambassador to this company. So you could see how legit they are. Also, they are partners with AS Monaco in France. So you could see that they have nothing to hide. Very, very transparent. Very good company. So bet with my promo code MikeWay10 on your first deposit. You get 100% on your first deposit. So bet with my promo code MikeWay10. Bet smart, bet wise, bet with LineBet, because they are the best and they remain the best. So let's move on to the next story concerning Chelsea. Chelsea are having yet another departure after 3 departures or 2 departures yesterday from Ugochukwu and also from Kenny Dewsbury. Kenny Chukwuemeka is loading to leave Chelsea. Now let's quickly touch on one more player that might leave Chelsea in the next couple of days. Now, according to Alex Crooks and Talk Sports, he says West Ham have entered the race to sign Sterling from Chelsea this summer. Fulham and Crystal Palace are among the other Premier League side with an interest with the ex-England international as well as Juventus. Initially, he made a post. He said, or his agent or whoever said, if he's going to go to any other club, that club must be playing in the Champions League. And I came out and I also said that he will not get that in the Premier League. Newcastle, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, none of those clubs will be going after Sterling. Going by what he did at Arsenal last season, none will be taking a chance on him. If he wants to play Champions League football, he has to leave English football and he has to go to the likes of Napoli, Juventus, mainly the Italian league. All right. But if he wants to stay in the Premier League, then he has to be willing to settle for less with West Ham. No disrespect to West Ham, Fulham, and Crystal Palace. Those are the clubs that would go and sign a 30-year-old player from Chelsea in Raheem Sterling, who has all the Premier League experience you would need from a player. All right. His current form might not be the best, but when it comes to experience, he has been doing it from age 17 at Liverpool. So that being said about him, let's see what happens to this deal. If he's going to go to any of these clubs, I know he would going to play. He's going to play well because the pressure will be less on him there, and he's going to get playing time over there at West Ham, Crystal Palace, or Fulham at the end of the day. So let's not waste too much time concerning that. Let's read one more tweet concerning that West Ham are on one of the Premier League clubs keeping tabs on Raheem Sterling. Now, a Premier League, a West Ham fan came out to say, as much as I used to idolize Sterling, we don't need nor want him. Please don't do this. West Ham fans are already saying no. West Ham fans are already making their voice known that no, they don't want Sterling. I hope he gets it right if he eventually moves over there, because these days the fans don't get say about transfers. So let's see how that goes. That'll be all for today concerning these stories. Let me know what you think concerning Benjamin Šeško. Let me know what you think concerning the Chelsea's players that have been brought in. Are they an upgrade to this current squad? Let me know what you think about Raheem Sterling. If you're new to this channel, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell. I have limited people who are watching me who are currently subscribed, so please subscribe to my channel. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Until I come your way next time, don't forget to like this video. I remain your boy Mike Way. Stay cool. Cheers.